What's up, people? Trying this vertical live crap. I just got my notification. What's up, what's up, what's up? Give me a second, people. Let people roll in here. What's everybody doing? Chilling on YouTube? Traffic misdemeanor. Yeah, so like I said, that's the court records. I don't know if you guys can kind of see. That's old boy's charges. That's why I was at the PD earlier today in my last video. This live will correlate with that too. It's actually the court records there, court documents of it. But I was reading through the arrest report, and it says, this is from supposedly the arresting officer. It says, upon my arrival, Sergeant Christensen, which is Adam Christensen, he's the one that physically attacked Losif. It says, upon my arrival, Sergeant Christensen already had the male detained and in the back of another cop's car. The male was identified as aka Losif Crum due to several previous interactions with the Cape Coral Police Department. Prior to the detainment, Losif walked through the fire department bay doors, which have multiple posted signs stating authorized personnel only. Visitors use main entrance. Losif wished to speak with the fire chief, but would not identify himself. Fire personnel stated that they would set up a meeting for him. But Losif continued to ignore everything the fire department was stating and went on a rant asking several questions. I mean, is that a problem to ask questions? Is it a problem to go to a fire department and ask questions? If I walk up to that fire department because they got the bay doors open and they're in the garage, and I got, my 5-year-old kid with me, and I'm like, hey, he wants to check out the fire trucks, is that okay? I guarantee if they weren't getting ready to head out or something, or eat dinner or something, they'd be like, sure, come on in, I'll show you, and let them get in it and everything, But if you have a camera in your hand for some reason and you're a little funny, that becomes a problem. I don't believe there's a statute for authorized personnel only. He wasn't charged with violation of an authorized personnel only sign, because I don't think that's an option. It says Losif wished to speak with the fire chief, but would not identify himself. He's not required to identify himself. The fire personnel stated that they would set up a meeting for him, but Kenneth continued to ignore everything the fire department was stating and went on a rant asking several questions. Like, and? What's wrong with that? The fire department became concerned for their safety due to the male refusing to identify. So they're fearing for their lives. They didn't look like they were scared at all. None of them. Not one of them showed any type of fear or anything acting like they were scared. Which is just funny. Right? These are the excuses they come up with. Because they all work together. Where am I going to find my spot? Which led to them to call for police assistance. Sergeant Christensen was the first on scene and asked the male to step outside with him. Sergeant Christensen grabbed his tripod and started to walk out the overhead door. Losif then grabbed the tripod and attempted to pull it away. And we'll see a different angle with the body cams. Sergeant Christensen grabbed Kenneth's arm, and mods, if you want to post a link to that video, keep posting it. If people come in and ask, what are you talking about? Give them the link, tell them where to go. If you haven't seen my last video I posted, I don't know, how long has it been? A few days ago. Go watch that first, then come back to this, go back to my other live earlier. It'll make more sense. Otherwise, you're not going to have a clue what the hell I'm talking about. Sergeant Christensen grabbed Kenneth's arm and told him to come outside. Kenneth tensed up and tried to pull away from him. So at this point, a cop doesn't just get to walk up to you and go hands-on. What part of that do they not understand? They just can't go up and just start grabbing people. Nowhere in there was he asked to leave. That's all they had to do is ask him to leave. Then, and if he refused and said, screw you, or, F you or something, then at that point, he's committing a crime. If they own that property, but this is public property. I'll get into that in a little bit. Sergeant Christensen told Kenneth to come outside and not pull away from him. As Sergeant Christensen continued to escort Kenneth, he continued to try to pull away from Sergeant Christensen's grasp. And I mean, if he was doing that, yanking, you would see that in his camera motion. Fighting, pulling. Once the Sergeant Christensen got Kenneth to a nearby portion of grass, he used a controlled takedown to get Kenneth to the ground. Because he can't just stand up and flip him around and say, turn around, you're under arrest. Because legally, before they go hands-on, they got to say, you're being detained, you're being arrested, you're under arrest. Then they can grab you. They don't just get to go walk around grabbing people and slamming them to the ground and then whatever. I don't even know if he ever told him. And then just charge him with trespassing and resisting at that point. How can you resist when you never committed a crime? How can you resist when you weren't told that you were under arrest? Aren't you allowed to resist an unlawful arrest legally anyways? Check your state on that. Every state's different. Once on the ground, Sergeant Christensen told Kenneth to not resist him and to give him his hands. That was a lot of shit just happened there that I didn't see. And that whole thing was 30 seconds. All that shit didn't happen in 30 seconds. And by the way, this is, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or if it'll be backwards, but Douglas is the supposed arresting officer, Douglas McLaren, 851-2103. He's the one that wrote this report. He wasn't even there. He's the arresting officer with the report. The probable cause affidavit. You guys can see that. He wasn't even there. He didn't see nothing. They didn't give me anything from the actual cop that, you know, took him to the ground and dragged him out of the fire department. They left that part out. So based on the statements made by the fire department and Sergeant Christensen, so they made statements, which makes me wonder if this Sergeant Christensen was even on duty. So based on the statements made by the fire department and Sergeant Christensen, I find probable cause for the arrest of Losif. Trespassing an occupied structure, conveyance, this is the statute. Whoever, without being authorized, licensed, or invited, willfully enters or remains in any structure or conveyance, or having been authorized, licensed, or invited, is warned by the owner or lessee of the premises, or by a person authorized by the owner or lessee to depart and refuses to do so, commits the offense of trespassing. And so that's the part that you hear us say that you have to be asked to leave. They put a bunch of confusing shit for most people in the first part of that, and just ramble it on. Licensed? Who's licensed to be on any property they want? Is that a person with a driver's license? Is that like a licensed contractor? Who's licensed? Are they saying that cops are licensed so they can trespass anywhere they want? I've always kind of questioned that part of it, of the statute. I mean, it straight up says, and he was never asked to leave. So, but this cop and this sergeant's totally willing to charge him for it and charge him with this crime. I mean, that's just stupid crazy. Even though it doesn't even fit the statute. Unless I'm missing something, I didn't see anybody ask him to leave. Additionally, Losif is charged with resisting without violence, which is the normal thing. Basically, if you don't listen to anything a cop tells you, you know, they get you for that resisting under obstruction charge. Whoever shall resist, obstruct, or oppose any officer. So oppose, so if you argue or, I don't know, what's the definition of oppose? Is that saying no? If you don't agree with an officer, that's resisting in Florida. It's super vague, which is why they do these vague statutes, because it keeps people confused. And so, as long as the statute's really vague and people are confused about it, because there's no real right answer, it forces the people to, one, be confused, but two, almost be forced to bow down and to be afraid because they don't understand it, because nobody can. And that's why they make them, they do them so vague like that. Like murder, there ain't nothing vague in the murder statute in any state. But little piddly stuff that really shouldn't even be illegal, that shouldn't be laws, they make it really vague on purpose. It's just crazy. And by making it vague, when it goes in front of the court, you know, they can kind of toss it either way, however they want, because it's so vague. You can look at it 5 different directions, and, you know. Where was I? or oppose any officer as defined, so it gives some definition of opposing, I guess. A member of the Florida Commission on Offender Review or any administrative side or supervisor employed by the Commission, county, probation, parole, personnel, or representative of the Department of Law Enforcement, which would be a cop, or any other person legally authorized to execute, process in the execution of legal processes, in the lawful execution of any legal duty, without offering or doing violence to a person. Taking somebody to the ground is violent act of the officer, shall be guilty of a misdemeanor in the first degree. Now it says, down here it says, Officer Hurst collected 2 sworn written statements from a fire department staff. Officer Piriam placed LOSIF tripod camera into Cape Coral PD evidence. When he got out in the end of that video, if you watched it till the end, he was like, where's my tripod? He had the footage, so I don't know if they just kept the tripod and not the camera, or if he had maybe had a different camera. 2, more than one, and they only took 1. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. But that really makes me wonder, you know, the real arresting officer, which would be the sergeant. He's the one that physically arrested him. Why he didn't write the probable cause statement. Why a third party did. It makes me wonder if he wasn't even on duty, like he just got off work or was headed into work and not physically logged in. We're going to look into that. What do you guys think? Tell me your opinion. People, rewind it if you're just tuning in. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, the mods should be posting a link to the video that this is concerned with. At this point, you really need to watch this video, my last live, and the original video that I shared of LOSIF Crumb. So yeah, I just checked to see if the state has picked up charges, or he's got court in 2 weeks for it still, it looks like. Yeah, so they haven't dismissed it yet, so they're like pushing on, and it seems like the state has picked up charges. But all in all, like I said, you cannot, I mean, everybody knows it's like common sense to me. I don't know, maybe not everybody knows. But really, what do you guys think? I don't know, maybe not everybody knows. I'm going to look at the chat. Thanks everybody for hitting the thumbs up. Appreciate the likes. Live chat. Maybe I'm going to turn the volume down. Do I have good signal? What's up, 420? Carlotta? Nova? Aim Dog? Rob? What do you guys think about vertical? It's supposed to, like, YouTube's supposed to promote it more. So, Johnny, Baby, No Mercy. You guys like vertical, or is it annoying? I know, I think it sucks. It's like, why do you want to see this much if you can see this much? You know, it doesn't make much sense to me. God, I gotta figure it. I've never did this, so I'm still trying to figure out how to use it. Can exit out of chat. I know, it's like I'm trying to scroll up on the damn chat, and it's like it swipes up to somebody else's video, somebody else's live on YouTube, right? Yeah. I know, but YouTube's like promoting this. Look how many people's watching. You know? What's up, Autotron? BB. External Affairs. Cheech. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update after my live stream there at the PD earlier. Just, I don't know, my bit rate kept dropping, so it seemed like they were trying to jam the signal. It's hard to prove. I have a little meter I'm going to use next time I go there and really try to pinpoint it. And it'll tell me if they're a little more accurately. And unless the person has it in their pocket, you know, it's still going to be difficult to tell, but it'll let me know if they are really if they really are jamming my signal. Which, as far as I know, that's a federal crime. It's like a federal felony to interfere or to use a signal jammer on cellular signals or data signals. What's up, Anon, Mike, Louie? But yeah, YouTube's been recommending it, so again, thanks everybody for hitting a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out all my videos, especially my bait car videos. Yeah, it just blows my mind that these cops are even willing. What's it called? I've been trying to think of the word. What's it called when, like, a cop or a prosecutor pushes charges on somebody even though they know it's not right? It's something prosecution. Not unlawful prosecution. It's something like that. Anybody? What's up, Princess? Milik? Zealous. There's another word, not zealous. Extortion. Malicious. Malicious prosecution. And that's exactly what this is. This really is malicious prosecution. You know, they even said, oh, you know, they ID'd him because they already knew who he was. Because he's already known. So that's what it was saying in this part when they said who it was. Let me go to this other page. It says the male was identified as his name, aka Losov Crum, due to several previous interactions with Cape Coral Police Department. Because he goes to all the city hall meetings and there's always a bunch of cops there. And the city hall is right across the street from the PD, and that city hall's been trespassing people and arresting people. For one guy turned around in his seat and faced the other way, so they had him removed and arrested during a city hall meeting. Other people, if they talk out of place, I think they're arresting them and removing them from the meeting. If you don't obey and just sit there quietly, then they will arrest you and remove you from the meeting. So we're going to look into that too. I just haven't had a chance, but I've been wanting to. Yeah, and so it's crazy. They know who he is. I mean, it's complete retaliation, in my opinion. I will not comply. He also messes with Carmine. I haven't got to see all his videos. They're funny. The dude is funny, but I just don't know if mentally he's all there. I don't think it's fake, but I don't know. Maybe he's just that good, because sometimes he spits out some stuff and it's like pretty intelligent. And so it keeps you kind of like back and forth. Like, I don't know if this dude is crazy or if he's smart or if he's brilliant, you know. But except for when he starts talking about the CIA and things like that. he he posted a response on his video because somebody said, "Hey, Chuck Bronson sent me," and he says Chuck Bronson's MI6 or whatever, which I don't even know what it is. Some British, I don't know, spy organization or something. I don't know. Glimpse of a genius. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's autism or what. I'm not a doctor. I don't, I can tell when people are off a little, but I don't, I can't diagnose them, obviously. Some people noted too that one of the fire department people had an autism awareness shirt on too, or whatever, so which just is like, somebody else commented saying, "Oh, you got this all wrong. I know these firefighters personally, and they're good people." And, I didn't really probably respond like I should have, but, I'm like, well, my issue is what the cops did. That was my main issue. But, because I didn't want to type a 20-minute, conversation, to be honest with you. I was just busy. But, what I probably should have said is something on the lines of, cool or whatever, but in my opinion, the fire department should have been a little more compassionate. They should have attempted to help him, other than just to kind of be, nothing. If they were concerned and really was concerned about his well-being, that's not no fire department and paramedic that I want showing up to anybody I know's house that needs help. But because he shows up with a camera, we're scared. He's talking funny and he's got a camera. Get back! I don't know. What the fuck? It's just crazy. It's not illegal to walk around with a camera and ask questions. So he went through this restricted area. That's not a crime. And like I said earlier about if a guy or a lady and a kid walks in and into the open door, they're not going to say anything. They're not going to be like, this is restricted. It wasn't even that way with him. At first, they didn't say anything about, get out of here, this is restricted. That was never said. So it sucks, I'm just waiting to see what happens. I'll let you guys know. We'll see. We got 90 likes. Appreciate it. What's up, Rago? I know, right? I don't know how many fire departments I've been to. There was one other time I was with Omaha. It was me, AFA, Omaha, and Hoosier News Now. And Omaha was being silly. He's black. So everybody else that you could see anywhere was white. Except for Omaha. And he starts crawling down the sidewalk. So the fire department, what do? Did they rush out there, ask him if he needs help? No, they called the cops. The cops straight up show up, grab him, and arrest him. I don't know. The cops are surrounded by 5 cameras. I don't know. Omaha, also, right down the road here. Cape Coral PD, Cape Coral Fire Department. He goes to a fire department. He never went inside. He just walked around the outside of the property. He was standing on the public sidewalk. They called the cops. The cops show up. The cop walks up to him and says, "Show me your hands." He's got a fishing box in his hand. And so he gets down on his hands and knees and puts his hands in the air. You guys can't see because we're in like skinny guy view. Puts his hands in the air like this. And then the cop tases him. The Cape Coral cop. It might even have been the same cop. I got to figure that out too. It seriously might have been the same cop, and that's exactly how that went down. What's up, shirtless dad? 1, 2, 3, Brittany. Can you edge test? I have no idea what that is. Pink Taco. Rob, Joko. Our police, private company in the U.S. No, they're public servants. Same with the fire department. Edge for me. Don't act like Pink Taco. Be respectful in the chat. What's up, homegrown? Nah, I've never looked for a lawsuit. I don't have to. They come to me. Thanks, Thomas. What's up, Christopher? 420. Did I get everybody, BB? Ryan? Appreciate all of you. What kind of car does Chuck drive? A stolen cop car. There I go, swiping to some motocross video. Chill with Claiborne. I want a donut truck. Rock Doc and Little Bird. You changed your name. Patriotic. Iceman. What's up, BA? He's doing good. Mile High Medic. Boiled. Serbia, Belgrade, hell yeah. Justice for Amber. Oh, that's funny shit. Ex-bootlicker. I should probably roll out soon before the cops spot me. James Johnson. I've gotten old. You've only been watching my videos for like a month. How old did I get in 1 month? Only 5 people in that hood. Baby Snaps. Mr. Head Taps 3 times is my name. Swipe up one more damn time trying to comment. I know. Keep your thumb in the right spot or something. I don't know. There it goes again. I just did it again. Then you got to tap the screen again to get the comments to come back. I go back to the Sawzall video. Thanks, Iceman. But people, yeah, I just wanted to update you on that. I'm going to go find some cops. I'll come live again. I might try to record the cops vertical. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. Apparently YouTube likes it. YouTube wants to promote it. What's up, Dakota? Robert? Yeah, true. Whiskey? Maybe tomorrow. Christopher, I don't know. I'm trying, man. Womp womp. Actually, I do. I just seen a cop drive by in the corner of my eye. Where'd he go? There was a cop. What's up, Lori? The salad bar, you know he's watching. Are you cracked at Fortnite? Yep. I'm the world champion. Joe Black. Nevaeh. Yeah, there I go again, swiping back up to another video. Wonder how that's going to affect your, watch time and views. What's up, Aaron? It might, like, triple your view count, maybe, because people are swiping out and then coming back. You get another view every time somebody swipes and comes back. I don't know. I don't even know how to end this live. Remember the beer bait? Yep. George. Mike, not public. Google info. Nope. Do some bait car. Coming soon. I got a couple of videos I need to post. I just got to get around to it. I got to, like, take a week off from doing everything, basically, to do one. I don't know. No, I guess I'd have to do it from this phone, wouldn't I? A message, a bag. I'm gonna try this stuff. I don't know what it does. Live chat, top chat, some messages, all messages. What's the plus do? Is that where somebody joins in? Nope. Start a poll. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Pin to live stream, so I can pin something to the live stream. 3 dots. Share. Oh, the X. I guess there's an X. Okay, I'm figuring it out, people. But thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll be back. Later.